I watched my husband slip away in the ICU. Then I heard the nurses share the truth about his fate. It's hard to believe, but it actually happened to me. One moment he was there breathing, the next he was gone. I never imagined I'd lose him. One minute I was laughing, the next I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around to see a nurse with a solemn expression. "I'm sorry," she said, her eyes full of pity. "We tried everything, but we couldn't save him." I couldn't believe my ears. What did she mean? Was he dead? I rushed to the ICU, my heart pounding in my chest. All the doctors and nurses were there. But where was my darling husband, Edward? Why hadn't anyone told me he was in danger? Why were they all staring at me with those pitying looks on their faces? A doctor approached me, his face grave. "I'm so sorry, Catherine," he said, extending his condolences. There was nothing more we could do. He suffered a massive heart attack. It was too much for him. He died instantly. I felt like the world was crashing down around me. How could this be? Edward was only 42 years old. He was the picture of health. We had just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. He was everything to me. I couldn't imagine life without him. As I stood there, numbly listening to the doctor's words, I noticed a group of nurses whispering in the corner. They were looking at me, and I could feel their eyes boring into me. Curiosity got the better of me, and I started eavesdropping on their conversation. "Did you hear?" one nurse said in a hushed voice. "Poor woman, she must be devastated." "I know. I worked with him. Last week he wasn't looking well. I told him he needed to take care of himself, but he just laughed it off, said he was invincible," another nurse added. "He was so stubborn. I warned him he was pushing his luck. But did he listen? No. Poor man. He didn't stand a chance." A third nurse chimed in. Their words hit me like a ton of bricks. Was Edward really sick last week? Why hadn't anyone told me? Was he really invincible? The thought of him being so close to death and no one telling me, not even his own brother, filled me with anger and betrayal. I felt like I'd been cheated out of precious time with my darling husband. When the funeral was over and I returned home, I went straight to his study. There, hidden away in a drawer, I found his secret. A half-empty bottle of whiskey and a pack of cigarettes. He'd been hiding his illness from me. He didn't want to worry me. But why? Was he ashamed? Did he think I wouldn't understand? The questions raced through my mind, but there were no answers, only the silence of his absence. Now, every night when I lie in the darkness, the silence is deafening. I keep hearing the nurses' whispers. "Did you hear?" Poor woman. She must be devastated. I was devastated, but not for the reason they thought.